And a good evening to you. 6:30 on this Wednesday evening. Meteorologist Tim Buckley here with you at WFMY. We're tracking, of course, finally, mercifully, an end to the cloud cover and the gloom. That's coming up as we go into tomorrow. Before that happens, we do have another round of rain on the way tonight. Pretty impressive little system, actually, that's kind of pinwheeling around the southeast. That'll be something that we're looking for overnight tonight. And I'll tell you, it's even possible you could hear a rumble of thunder out of this while you're trying to get some sleep. So that's a factor going into tonight. We have clouds, we have showers, and some of these a little bit heavier than what we've been seeing lately. So let's get right to it. This is your radar across the southeast U.S. right now, and temperatures have been chilly. We've had the clouds, we've had the gloom, but most of the day today was really focused on drizzle and not so much as far as the rainfall. But that's going to change. It's already changing for some of us as we take a look at the local radar right now. It's kind of filling in the gaps a little bit. We're seeing some of these showers mostly moving in from the southwest to the northeast. That's the general direction on a lot of these. But like I said, some of them a little bit heavier than others. And it's been a little while. I know we've been saying this throughout the week, but it's been a little while since we've had so much rainfall, and that's the case yet again for tonight. Let's do a little bit of a radar tour while we have it pulled up here. We'll get the live sweeping radar pulled up here and zooming in a little bit closer. We're seeing a few of these showers making their way into Guilford County right now, Alamance County as well. So between Greensboro and Burlington, you've got yourself a little bit of a shower. Again, all of these are moving from south to north. That's kind of the direction that they're going for a day like today. And we're seeing a little bit down to the south too. Now, it's been raining a good chunk of the day today. You might just not have been seeing it as you're tracking it at home on radar because a lot of it has been drizzle or mist. And a lot of times that's happening in the lowest couple of hundred feet closer to the ground, and it's really just not getting picked up by the radar beam. So that's why it might have looked dry on your weather app when we all know it's been raining. So here's the system overall. It's really, like I said, pretty impressive. We have a big swirling motion to this. And if you look at it on what we call the water vapor version of the satellite, you'll notice a couple of things. The darker browns and the lighter whites. The whites represent the moisture, and then the browner color, that's more of the dry air. We're going to get a punch of this dry air to kind of move into our area by tomorrow. And that's going to cut the feed off for the rainfall. But we will get a push of that rain overnight tonight. It's just impressive to take a look. And of course, on the same satellite feed, you can also see Hurricane Melissa. This is what's guiding and steering this storm off in the Atlantic. There is zero chance Melissa comes into the U.S. because this is the orientation of the wind as we go into tonight. So take a look at your futurecast now. This is where we are currently, and this is where we're going. Temperatures are chilly at the moment. What's interesting is over the next couple of hours, we could actually see our temperature rise a little bit. So getting into the low to mid 50s overnight tonight. Take a look at around 10 o'clock this evening, though. The rain is actually getting more intense in the foothills at that point. We could see some heavier downpours every now and then overnight tonight. And the way that the atmosphere is stacked out, we could actually catch a rumble of thunder in some spots. Early tomorrow morning, temperatures a little warmer. We're still seeing scattered showers. This is around 5 a.m. Notice it really could be coming down in Burlington or in Orange County or over in Raleigh at that point of the morning. But drier air starts to take over. And I think especially once you get closer to 8, 9, 10 o'clock or so, we're in better shape to start to see dry weather. And eventually, you might need to be a little bit patient, but once we get toward noon, and especially by the afternoon, that's when we should be clear of any rain. And we should actually start to scour out those clouds too, and we'll get some sunshine back in place. Another factor with the day tomorrow, it's not just going to be the rain and the cloud cover that's clearing away. We're going to see some wind develop. This is a very common setup for a fall weather system that has some juice to it. We're going to see the winds really picking up. When we have this northwest wind picking up from the mountains, the air is going to get mixed up pretty strongly. There are gusty winds above our head, and so we'll see wind gusts between about 20 and 30 miles per hour throughout the day on your Friday. That's the wind gust. It won't just be for tomorrow. It'll also be through Halloween. So keep that in mind. The next 2 days will be pretty windy. One other thing I didn't really mention, we'll have some fog that develops overnight tonight with that warmer air moving in. Low visibility along with a shower or two. That's pretty likely to start the day. So clouds, fog, low visibility, that's your morning. Tomorrow afternoon, sun finally comes out. First time all week, and it'll be pretty windy. After that, we're heading into Halloween. I don't know what they're doing. It's kind of funny. Trick-or-treating looks to be fine. Halloween should be a pretty nice day overall. We'll have temperatures in the 50s for the most part as you get into that evening hour, but overall clearer weather is starting to move on in. The weather setup is pretty simple. As we go into the weekend, we have our weather system that's going to be moving out. It does bring us that windy weather, as I said, for tomorrow and for Friday for Halloween. And the reason for that wind is that we're caught between high pressure over here and low pressure over there. The same system is also partly responsible to picking up and pulling away Hurricane Melissa. Now, it's not good news for Bermuda. It's very good news for us. We'll have chilly weather for the weekend, but overall, it should be a nice one. Temperatures right around 60 or so each day, but cold mornings will be with us. Don't forget, this is the weekend that we change those clocks. So by Sunday, it's a different world. Sunrise will be happening before 7 o'clock again, and sunset, that'll be happening at about 5:21. So that's the case going into Sunday. Meanwhile, of course, we have the tropics to talk about. Hurricane Melissa, obviously a record-breaking storm in many respects, rolled through Jamaica yesterday. It's made some progress today, pushing through Cuba and moving into the Bahamas. Now, the Bahamas are a big area, so the Bahamas stretch basically from all the way here closer to Florida, all the way over to here, closer to the Turks and Caicos. It's moving into the central Bahamas now. It has weakened down to a Category 1 hurricane at this point. Still, though, it's really impressively holding its own and flaring up yet again. So we could see some more intensification over the next day or so. Wind speed is at 90 miles per hour. Again, it's over the island of Exuma in the Bahamas. Exuma is the island that it's over right now. Then it's going to be moving out to sea. So that's what's going on with Melissa. As far as your 7-day forecast, let's take a look at that. We are seeing nice conditions for the most part. Tomorrow, the main factor would be fog in the morning, a shower here or there, but overall, we're seeing drying conditions. The sun comes back out, which is really nice. As far as Friday, it's still windy for Halloween, a little breezy out there. And then looking beyond that, Saturday and Sunday, cold mornings, cool afternoons, but it's dry. One thing to watch for next week, that would be when do we get some rain? The models are still trying to figure this out, but either Monday or Tuesday of next week, we'll have the opportunity for